Right, now the key goes in there, see?
Yeah.
And it's dead easy to drive once you get used to it, honestly. Start the engine.
I've never driven anything as big as this before.
There you go. Oh, sorry, my fault, I left it in gear.
Hello, what's all this then? You two eloping together?
Now, driving lesson.
A test drive.
Make your mind up. Here, how about giving me a lift to me to do then, eh? So we get in the bike.
Fine, come in.
Oh, lovely.
No, it just makes it even worse.
Now, carefully.
Yeah, go on, that's it.
Now, lock hard. That's it.
You watch James Carey go mad.
You're doing fine. You're doing great. Nice one. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, my
Well, it won't start again. I'm sorry, I'm not usually as bad as this.
You just have to wait a minute or two now. It sometimes does this.
Well, look, thanks for the lift, folks, all right? But I think I'll stick to public transport after all. Oh, God, look at the time.
See, Kath?
Go on.
I'm sorry, Tony, I can't wait. I'm holding up the traffic. It's really embarrassing, right? I just don't think my driving's up to this sort of thing.
Ah, well, we've talked quite a bit about the working day and what it would involve. Let's go back a minute. What about the past? Is there anything there that we need to talk about?
What, skeletons in the cupboard sort of thing?
No, but anything that might have happened that could affect your judgment. I mean, for instance, now, if someone's father had been a heavy drinker, you might find it hard dealing with a client with a drinking problem. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I did have a bit of experience when I was 14. I was raped, and I had a child, and it was adopted. God, it sounds awful put like that, doesn't it?
Who was it? Someone you knew, I suppose.
No, it's a total stranger. They never caught him or anything.
How did it affect you, do you think?
Well, at first, it was a big upset, obviously. But later on, well, I think it made me tougher, funnily enough. I mean, I had to get myself over it, and I was determined it wasn't going to ruin my life. I suppose it taught me to bottle things up and all. I sort of made myself put it right out of my mind.
Did you succeed?
Almost. But it was still there, niggling away in the background, till last year when... Oh, I don't know if I really want to go into all this now.
Go on. Try.
Well, till someone found out about it and tried to blackmail me. Then I had to tell my husband and everybody. But, do you know, in a funny sort of way, after keeping it to myself for so long, that seemed to get it right out of my system. I mean, since then, I can just look back on it all and say, well, yeah, that happened to me. And I don't really feel very much. Except for a bit sad and a bit curious.
Curious?
Well, about what happened to the baby. Not very, just a little bit. Well, this is getting like the 3rd degree, isn't it? I feel like I'm a flipping client.
I'm sorry, Kathy. But look, if you're going to be listening to other people's problems, it's as well to have come to terms with your own.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
What qualities do you think you have that'll make you a Samaritan?
Well, I'm a good listener, I think. I'm interested in people. I'm quite practical, and I don't often lose my cool. I mean, I don't get in a flap or get hot and bothered easily. I'll lose my temper. I don't mean I don't feel things. It's just that, well, I think that, like, if I was dealing with someone down the phone who was in a desperate state, I'd be able to stay calm and listen and not get sucked into it all. I mean, I wouldn't get all emotional myself, you know. Oh, and that's something I wanted to ask you about, actually. I mean, what happens if you just can't handle a client? You know, if you can't deal with them in some way? Would there be someone there to help you?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You never have to manage on your own. If there's somebody you can't help, you can always hand them on to a colleague.
Oh.
Kathy, why did you want to become a Samaritan in the first place?
Oh, I didn't. It never crossed my mind. But, well, I was approached, and at first I just laughed. I thought it was a daft idea. But then I had another think about it, and, well, I don't want to sound big-headed or anything, but it just seemed like something I could do.
Sure, you're right.
And it began to appeal to me.
Why in particular?
Oh, because I'd like to help people. Well, it sounds a bit stupid, I suppose, really, doesn't it?
No. Not at all.
I mean, I don't want to turn into a do-gooder or anything like that. I mean, that's the last thing I want. But, well, if there are people feeling suicidal and I can make them feel a little bit better, that seems to me a useful thing to do.